Motherfucker. So, what are you doing? It's about 1:35 in the afternoon. It's kind of windy out here, but it's all right. I mean, there's some clouds in the sky, kind of threatening a little bit with some rain. And of course, Alexa says it's going to rain at 2 o'clock, so I've got, a little time before it pours on me, maybe, if she's right. Sometimes she's right, sometimes she's not. In either case, I wanted to redo. Thank you. I wanted to redo the video that didn't happen the past 2 times because the audio didn't come through. And I think the reason was because it was on slow-mo. I think so. I think I fixed it now. Hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good. Because I tested it at home and I changed it, to regular HDR video, and it seemed like it worked okay. So hopefully you can hear me even with the wind. We'll see. I talked about a group ride that I went on last weekend, I believe. It was with the Treasure Coast Critical Mass group. They had it was their second group ride. They have a monthly, or they're starting to have them monthly, and it was an absolute blast. It was just a bunch of people, like any group ride is. It was just a bunch of like-minded people that were on bicycles with some lights on them so you could see them at night. And the difference between any other group ride and this group ride is it was just happening 6 miles away from my house, which is absolutely perfect for me to go on because I can just ride there. I don't have to transport my quad, on my truck or anything, or in the trailer. I can just go. So I didn't know anything about this group until about 3 hours before I went. So I kind of had to hurry up and get the quad ready for it, But I went, I rode down there. It took me about 10-15 minutes maybe. And I had an absolute blast. It was so much fun. They just, they were awesome people. They accepted me in their group, even though I was the only e-bike in the group. But it was a blast. We were just cruising around Port St. Lucie. And it was so much fun. These people were awesome. There was, a wide range of people there. There were some families. There were a bunch of kids and some wheelie boys doing their thing. There were some couples there, a bunch of adults. There was a bunch of different bikes, all kinds of different bikes. There were some custom bikes that I was kind of used to from my childhood down in San Diego with the lowrider crowd. There was a There was an adult tricycle. There were some BMX bikes. There were just, all kinds of different bikes there. And it was such a blast. I had such a great time. And the whole draw of it was only 6 miles away from my house, which was absolutely perfect. They're going to have them every month. They're trying to build the group. I'm guessing the reason for this is they're trying to build the group. They're not in Port St. Lucie this next ride, which is in December. I think it's on the 7th. It's up in Fort Pierce instead of here in Port St. Lucie, which means I can't ride to it, which sucks for me. But I'm going to see if I can do anything about the issues that I'm having right now, which is with my truck not being able to pull my trailer. It pulls it, but it's the lights aren't working on my truck, which kind of suck because the hazards and the blinkers and the horn, I didn't realize this until the other day when I tried it. They don't work on my truck. So I tried replacing the fuse, and that didn't work. So, well, it worked until I used those things, and then it popped the breaker, or the fuse. So there's obviously a short someplace. I think I know when it happened, when I put the camper top back on or the camper shell back on my truck, because I had taken the camper shell off a while ago to be able to transport my quad in the bed of the truck instead of when I was just riding myself someplace else. If I wanted to go to the jetty or something like that, instead of getting the trailer all ready and all that stuff and taking all that stuff out of there, I could just take it on my truck. On your right side, my dear.
Okay.
Have a great day. So, anyway, either I figure it out or I don't go to the group ride, and I'd really like to go to the group ride. It was really, honestly, so much fun. I know that sounds kind of hokey, but it really was. I had an absolute blast going out with these people. They were so awesome, So, we'll see what happens. See if I can get it working so I can go on this thing. The other thing that I found out, I'm finding out on this ride, is the motor gets overheated quicker than I would like, because it lasts for about an hour. Doing the speed that I think it should be going, and then all of a sudden it drops down to a lower power level, and it just kind of sucks. You know, it shouldn't be doing that because you know, I put the statorate in it, so it should keep it cool and, you know, add torque and all that stuff. But when I put the statorate in it, when I mounted the motor, I thought, man, it didn't seem like I put very much in it. That's what it told me to do on the bottle, but the bottle is very old. Very old. In kind of e-bike life, it's very old. Electronics life, it's very old because, you know, it was about a year and a half ago or so that I bought the motor with the statorate. So I'm hoping that they have updated the amount you're supposed to put in it. And I'm going to take the motor off and see if I can put some more statorate in it, because that might be the key. I'm hoping that's the key. Because, you know, I go out for a couple of hours or 2.5 or so, and that's what I really like. I mean, that's a great amount of time for me to go out. And if I can only get about an hour of ride time, that, you know, I don't like that. So we'll see what happens. In either case, what that means, because I didn't charge the motor when I came home the last time, because I wanted to test that theory out to see if it was just getting hot. So the next time, which is today, that I rode it, it started off for this motor, the high power mode. And sure enough, that's where it is right now. It's doing, you know, real good, like it does when we first ride this thing. So I just need to add some more statorate in it. Hopefully I can, and it'll do what it's supposed to do, you know, which is, you know, give me more torque on the motor, and also it's supposed to give you 50% more torque, which is amazing to me that it actually could do that. But that's what they say it is. And also, it's supposed to keep the motor cool. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll you know, like I always do, we'll test it and see what's happening with it. Hopefully, it'll fix the issues. So we'll have a short ride. We'll have a little over an hour probably, unless it rains like hell on me, which it may. Because it looks like it might. But that's okay. You know what? That's fine. On the group ride, it rained like hell on us for probably 15 minutes or so. But I'll tell you, we were having so much fun, it didn't even matter. It didn't matter to me anyway. And usually rain matters to me, you know. It just sucks getting rained on. And we were all soaked. All of us were soaked like crazy. But we just hit, you know, got rained on for a while, got wet, and then went underneath an overhang at a gas station and hung out there for a little while until the rain subsided a little bit. And then we went to our next stop, which was a Wawa, and got some snacks and treats and stuff, and talked about whatever. And it was a whole lot of fun. It really was a whole lot of fun. God, I had fun on that thing, on that ride. A couple of the guys lived on my way home, so they went, rode with me for part of the way to my house, to where they had to turn off, them and some kids. There was some kids that went, and so anyway, it was just so much fun. We had such a great time. We really did. It was neat. I'm really, really excited about going. Hopefully going the next time. If not, hopefully they'll come back to Port St. Lucie, and I'll be able to go with them again. If not, I'll try to go wherever they are, at least if I can. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Clouds are getting a little bit gloomier. Hopefully not enough to rain like crazy. We'll see. So far, at least, it's turning out to be a nice ride. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. Oh, and another thing, a pretty important thing that I got out of the group ride was 2 or 3 new subscribers, which is very important, to my channel growing at all. That's what you need. You need more subscribers. So that was a super nice byproduct of going on that group ride. So anyway, got to watch the voltage a little bit more than I usually do, because I've only got a little bit over an hour to go. Not my usual couple, 2.5, 3 hours. I've got less than that. So I'm watching it. I'm at 77 volts. So I have plenty to go and do the usual things that I normally do on my rides. But I won't be able to do them twice. So that's plenty. Absolutely plenty. Lots of people out today. People must be, oh, okay. Well, one thing is the snowbirds are down. Snowbirds are here. So there's a lot more. I've noticed that in probably the past week. There is a lot more people on the roads. I mean, a lot more people. So maybe, just maybe, that'll be good for the channel. I hope so. Of course, it would help if I was going the right way, which is not against traffic, but with traffic, so they can see the marquee on the back and the Bent-N-Rippin license plate, because they can't see it when I'm going this way against them. But the reason, I think I've said this before, the reason I go this way is because the other side of the street, there's a whole lot more intersections than this side of the street. This side of the street has a lot more straight sections where there aren't intersections. And that's just more conducive to riding and not having to stop every 5 seconds, you know? Now this stoplight on as you can probably see ahead of me, all there is a driveway on this side that goes into a bunch of businesses in here, a gas station and stuff. So I could illegally cross this without really worrying about it that much. But there's a lot of traffic out here, so I'm not going to do that this time. And I can wait for it. I don't usually cross stop lights illegally. Stop signs, that's another matter completely. But stop lights, I usually stop at and wait for them to turn green. Just because I figure if it's a stop light, there's a whole lot more traffic there that could squish me. That's, that's how I justify going through stop signs. That's how I justify it in my head to myself. So. Oh, the other thing that I've talked about on a couple of times on the vlogs that I haven't been able to get out to you guys is the regenerative braking that I have on this thing. On this motor, which could be potentially, it could be really nice for it if I adjust it correctly, because you adjust the percentage to kind of, hello, kind of adjust the amount of motor braking that you get with this, and it's turned way down low from the factory, and I would like it much higher. For one thing, it just it seems like it'll be really cool, and for another, it'll save my brake pads a bit, I think, because the motor, when I just barely touch the brake lever without even engaging, before I even engage the brakes themselves, it starts to brake. Right now it's not very much, but it will be a lot more, you know, if I adjust it correctly. So anyway, we'll see. The camera just told me that it's the battery is low, so I got to let you guys go. So thanks for coming along, and I hope you have a good day or night or morning or whatever it is wherever you're from, and I'll see you next time, guys.